Today we are building cabins. I have the Voron AE. I'm going to get me a step trailer and go out in the woods and pick up 4 loads of wood and take it down to the cabin crafting zone. Now we have 2 of these, but I had many more than that on the other map. I've already sold all of those. I do have a Scout fuel trailer sitting out by the logwood, and I'm gonna stop by there and refuel and get that first load. Then I'll swing by and get this load. But here's that first one. We have to go through the swamp to get there. That should do it. I also sold that wonky trailer that we used for that still. It was terrible. You'll see the difference between that trailer and this one. It's the same truck, same area. It's just indisputable proof of which trailer is better. I'm going to be taking this trailer in places I would not take the other one. You don't have any weight over the wheels when you're pulling it. I guess if you was pulling it with a fuel truck, you would be okay. Saddle high or saddle low are both better than any tow behind trailer could ever be. Having the weight rest on the axle really helps. You get a whole lot more traction that way. These trailers are just a whole lot more stable in about every way. Okay, I guess I'm finished ranting about those cheap trailers and we're about to go into the swamp. I hope this barrier don't clobber the truck. Those things can be brutal. Whoa, we almost went over the edge of the bridge. We're gonna beat the truck up before we ever get a chance to drown it in the swamp. We're going in deep. I'm glad we don't have much of this to drive through. This is how people go snorkeling around here. That's some deep water right there. You just gotta have faith that the road's gonna be there in front of you. You're never supposed to drive across a flooded road. It's safety last for the truckers around here. We're getting pretty close to that load now. We'll be turning right here. I'm gonna go on up past it a little ways though and grab some fuel from that scout trailer up there. Then we'll get turned around and grab our first load. Well, first 2 loads. I stalled it. It looks like we might be able to just drive in between these trees on the way back. Maybe somebody lives here. No, I think it's just an office trailer. I'm gonna pull up here and see if they have long logs, medium logs, or short logs, or all of the above. After I grab some fuel, of course. If we ever need any long logs, they got them here. It's time to go pick up some wood. That's all of these. Let's go get those other 2. It seems like this thing gets a little bit more traction with a load on it. We'll give it a real test when we get it fully loaded and go up the hill in the super snow. We're going to be going up a really steep one after we get out of the swamp and the rock. It's always quicker to cut through this yard right up here. It is a pretty tight fit though. I wouldn't want to try to bring an 8-slot trailer through this. Those 8-slot trailers are pretty hard to maneuver. We just slammed into a tree. It's buried all the way up to the axles. This Voron AE is even better than the Voron Grad, but they're both pretty good trucks. This one gets better fuel economy, plus the differentials stay locked in all the time, and the all-wheel drive. You don't ever have to worry about the differentials getting hot. And you also have differential lock in high gear and in reverse. I got my wood wet just a little bit. It can dry back off. There are some giant rocks underneath this muddy water. You can't see them, you just have to feel for them. We just found a big one. There are a few dead trees in this also. It seems like this thing has just a little bit better suspension than the Voron Grad. There are some pretty good sized rocks in this. We have a tight squeeze coming up. Oh, the axle clipped it. I thought we cleared that. We gotta swing that just a little wider. Pretty close. It's a little difficult to maneuver this corner. It would be impossible with an 8 slot. It's starting to get dark on us. I'm just going to stop here and change the time. We spent the night at the metal factory and woke up rejuvenated. We got an early start now. Wait, I think I'm going off the road. I missed that last blue dot and it messed up my map. I'm gonna have to move that dot over. Now the path should be easier to follow. It's pretty awesome to have diff lock while it's an auto. We're going to do a little bit of rock crawling and then we're going up the mountain. I have some fuel right down here. We'll just stop and fill up. The Cut 16 Action. There is literally a train wreck to our right. That's one reason that prevents you from just driving up the railroad track. It's blocked so bad you can't get a truck through it. I think after we go through this mud puddle, we're going to start going up the mountain. I'd rather 2 loads of wood at somewhere close to here. This would be impossible without differential locks. There's our wood. That's exactly how many we need to build those 2 cabins. We're about to find out just how capable the Voron 8E really is. This mountain is extremely steep. Okay, we're going up. It's doing quite well. It's doing really good. Made it to the top without using the whip. No, we're not at the top yet. This truck is pretty awesome. This might be the steepest part. Here comes our exit. We'll be getting back on the asphalt here somewhere. This is the top. We're almost at the asphalt. We just have to get to the bottom to get to the asphalt. Oh, you can't knock that tree down. It looks just like the last one I knocked over, except it didn't move. This is really steep. Okay, let's get this thing down to the cabin crafter. I'm beating the shop block of it. I'm taking a shortcut behind the post. It's all downhill from there. The delivery spot's just right down there on the right. You gotta swing it around those concrete barricades. Well, here's 4 loads of wood. We have to make our own storage containers with metal rows. We're taking the Western Star TwinSteer 6900. gotta go pick up 4 rows of metal and go turn them into 2 cargo containers. I need to look at the map and see where we need to go. No metal roads there. There's 12 here. This truck gets too fast to handle in auto. We'll stop and grab some fuel right quick. I need to look on there and make sure I'm going to the right place. That should do it. If I was trying to go as fast as it will go in auto, I'd already be slamming into the guardrail. Also, when you're going that fast, those little rocks that we just ran over will beat your shocks off. I only wound it out in auto when I have a straight stretch of asphalt, but you gotta slow down before you have to make a turn. Here comes our exit. Into the bush. You can't get through here without diff lock. This truck's really long, but it does have a lift kit and some big tires. It helps to keep it from getting turtled, but sometimes it might cause it to be a little bit more tippy. If I didn't have chains on, it might have come through here just a little bit easier, but we need those to get up and down that frozen asphalt. I was trying to avoid the stump and hit a tree. Well, not a stump, a dead tree trunk. These concrete slab railroad crossings can turtle on one of those step semi-trailers. The diffs are getting hot. I don't know exactly which one of these two has the middle rows. I just stick my nose in and see. Not this one. I'll just turn it around and back in. That's all we needed. We gotta go turn these into 2 cargo containers. It's a long trip, but we have a fast truck. The step semi-trailer would have lost its load right there. That's a pretty small tree. I thought I could run it over. I'm just driving down here on the low side because of where this thing is so long. I'm beating my truck up. I gotta watch for these trees. I did it again. Well, I believe it still beats going over top. Driving on the regular tire marks on that road is a little bit tippy. Here's our exit. Now we can hammer. We're hitting the rocks in high gear with a full load of metal rolls. And we took 0 damage. We're going up the steepest part of the icy road in high gear. Let's grab some fuel right quick. I'm gonna have to put it in the high. We're moving pretty fast. Back in the high. almost at the top. If you drove over this cliff, you'd fall a long way. We're almost there now. Here we are. Okay, let's make 2 cargo containers with those. I just messed up. Now I gotta send a crane down here. I put one of them on the loading dock. I guess I'll grab the Voron Grad because it's the closest thing we have that has a crane. I guess I don't need to take this trailer with me. Okay, let's go get that thing loaded. I should be able to get down there pretty fast bobtailing. If I go as fast as it will go in auto, it will just hit the guardrail and flip over. I wouldn't even be able to go in high if I didn't have the chains on, but you probably couldn't even cross it without chains. We don't have far to go now. If I would have hit that going really fast in auto, my shocks would have looked like popcorn popping. I'm going to change trucks real quick and move that one around and back it in. I'm still a rookie at turning in dot spaces. People might watch me turning around and start laughing at me. I about got it now. This will make it super easy to load with that tiny little blue crane. Okay, let's anchor down and get this loaded. Okay, let's get this packed and turned in. We'll leave this truck here. That little blue crane couldn't reach far, but it just has to be pretty much touching and it will pack. That costed us a whole lot of time. I'm going to go ahead and switch the time because it's starting to get dark on us. Okay, let's get this in. Someone might get suspicious about why I keep spending the night here. We're making those dinosaur noises now. Keeping the wheels hot. Hot rubber makes soft rubber, and soft rubber gets better grip. We're drifting with a load. When we get these in, we'll have everything we need to build those 2 cabins. I'll probably just put them onto this truck and take that Voron A8 off of the trailer. Do the same thing I did with the Voron Grad. Use the crane to unload those 2 cabins. Right here on our right is where we got to take them to. Just at the bottom of this hill. I could kick it in the auto and hammer, but it would throw me over the guardrail. We gotta swing it wide enough to get around those concrete barriers. here. Let's get these turned in and turn them into cabins. I've got to move that telehandler before I can get over here to load. I'm going to give that thing a little bit of this fuel. Well, I did it again, didn't I? That should be well out of the way. Let's drop this trailer and get it loaded. This should be pretty much out of the way. I'm going to get that Western Star into position. Probably save a little bit of fuel by turning it before I get my load. Those cabins probably aren't very heavy anyway. This might work. I'll just get right in between the truck and the loading deck with that Voron AE, and it should reach pretty good with that small blue crane. That should pack. That's in the middle. That's not going to work. I'm going to have to unpack it and slide it forward or backwards. This should be close enough. It shoot back. Okay, let's grab that other one. It wasn't reached, so I'm going to drive it over there. I'm pretty sure I can pack that. I'm going to go ahead and take that Voron AE up the hill. I'm going to have to use it again for these cabins. I can't go across that guardrail. Those are tire shredders. I'm beating my truck up. We're rolling pretty good. It's nice to have diff locks at this speed. We're still catching a little bit of a drift. This is where they're going. Okay, let's get these in. We got the tires heated up now. This truck has a pretty fast high gear. Let's unpack these and get them dropped in. Okay, let's anchor down and deliver these cabins. All you have to do is push them on over that yellow line with the crane, and they'll take them. That one's in. Stage completed.